guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing good and keeping. So today I'm going to be making asun, goat meat, and jollof rice. I was trying to convince my husband to try it, but where he's from, they don't really eat goat and spicy food. Today has been such a busy day. It's my daughter's first day, well, transition day in secondary school. Bring them so they can have a feel of secondary school, which is what I just did. So it was a really rushed off morning, and I need to get everything done before I get off to work. So I prepped yesterday. So I got these from the market yesterday, and I found out that prepping really helps me to be more organized. So I prepped my goat meat yesterday. I put in all of my spices in there. So I put in this spice I didn't use the last time, so that I got, this is the Rennie goat seasoning powder. So this I didn't use the last time. I hope it's going to intensify the flavor. So that's the goat meat there. And then I also have prepped my shaki. So that's my shaki. So I'm hoping this cooking is going to be quite quick today. Again, I'm going to be using bell peppers. I really love using bell peppers for the asun. It really adds that vibrancy of color to it. I'm going to be using some spring onions as well. I'm going to be using some red peppers, and finally, so I'm also going to be using some coriander leaves. I think these just really intensify the flavor. I've used powdered coriander, but I think I prefer the taste of the dried ones. So I'm going to get cracking because I've got a deadline on when I need to finish cooking. And I've saved half a Scotch bonnet in there as well. The Scotch bonnets these days, I don't know what's going on. It's really hot. The last time I used one to cook a pot of, I used one to cook some stew, and it was way too hot. So I'm gonna use a little bit of that and everything in our dish today. Wow, massive. That's amazing. So pretty. Oh, the cutest place ever. What's going on here? Yes, let's go. Yes, so. Started. Do you have it before? I'll carry it. Sit down. Unless I say go. You know what happened? Every call that is pretty, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to be making the coziest, spiciest, irresistible ginger cake ever for dessert. And when you make this cake, your kitchen is about to smell absolutely amazing. So we're starting out by whipping everything together. It's a 1-bowl cake, so it's really easy to make. And I'm just going to first combine all of my dry ingredients together. So we're whipping everything together until it's light, fluffy, and looking like pure happiness in a bowl. You want it smooth, creamy, and ready for greatness. Now here comes the magic, that bold, warm ginger flavor. The second it hits the mix, you know this cake means business. It's cozy, it's comfortable, and it's got attitude. Give everything a good mix. Now be careful not to overmix it, because you don't want to do that, because the cake can get quite tough. Remember, we're baking the cake, not training for the Olympics. Keep it smooth and gentle. Look at that batter, rich, golden, and already smelling like autumn. So we're going to pour it into the pan, smooth out the top, and into the oven it goes. So I baked this cake for about 40 minutes, depending on your oven. It might take shorter or longer. Your whole house is gonna smell like a bakery. And there it is, soft, fluffy, perfectly spiced ginger cake. Look at that texture, moist, tender, and just begging for a cup of tea.